Hello and welcome, and here we are again in the hammock and in the last week of the mystic link to sync, using that metaphor and using that opportunity to really surrender to the mystic realms, to the sacred, in order to make peace. And if you have been following this, you know it's about making peace with mental health, with labels, with mindsets. And on this journey, we explore together what is a mystic link, how does it work for us. We went shadow dancing and shadow shifting. Then we went in the truth of the heart. And this week we are on the final part, looking for this integrity. So do we really live in this integrity of the heart? And the second part and the final part is actually, are we willing to take the leadership? Now, leadership for me is kind of a difficult thing, and I will write more about it, but leadership was always something that I preferred to reject. However, leadership is not something that is about control and making people do something they maybe don't want to do or anything in that manner. So once I took on this challenge together with you, of course, signs and synchronicities came my way. The first one was my beloved and my partner, because she said, you need to do it now. You need to step up. And it is important that you actually integrate this. And so sometimes it's making that first step. And it's important that we're aware when we are the one to take that first step. It's not about the others are following. It's about us exploring the terrain. It's about us actually doing it so that others can find their own way. So that was my first sign that, yes, this is about that. The second was obviously remembering again my first soul retrieval that I did when I did my Mesa Carrier. And I received as gifts in order to integrate this shift of my wound, of actually being silent and not speaking up and not taking the lead. I received 5 letters and they were all L's. The love was clear, learning and unlearning was clear. I was teaching at the time. Language was also clear. I taught in language and culture. And then it became a little bit more tricky. Well, not really. The light was clear because I felt very clearly I was connected to pure light. You will hear more about this, but I guess it's sufficient for here. And number 5, that I really didn't want to see was leadership. So when that came back to me, I had my third sign. And then I was asked to lead a part in an event. So when we get signs, synchronicity turns up that we can't make up, then I feel it's always a very good time to really become aware and to take the opportunity. And now I want to share with you what leadership means for me in that sense of making peace with mental health, with labels, with mindsets. It's about taking a lead, not being quiet all the time, not punishing self or others by not speaking up. Leadership is also about shining your light, regardless if everybody likes that light or this direction where the light goes or not. It is about having that courage to just be that light. And when we are that light, it's not about self, it's not about ego. It is about enabling others to see, enabling others maybe to find their way home, to do something that they want to do. So this is not for a leader, for a selfish reason. Yeah, I'm shining my light, I'm so amazing. No, it is about shining the light into things that maybe they wouldn't see if you wouldn't shine your light. So it is very important that whatever we're making peace with and whatever we're learning in the process and what triggers us, that we do shine light into this healing process, into that shifting, into this new dimension of consciousness that we have reached. So mindsets are not all, because we are not all mind. And if we're setting the mind somewhere, we're going in one direction. And not all of us are mindset people. It doesn't mean that mindsets are right or wrong. It simply means it's not the only way. And yes, it's important that we step into that leadership role. We are possibly not the only one, and maybe many are happy that we are shining light beyond maybe the general context. I wanted to say pop culture soup, but it's not necessarily pop culture soup. It is maybe the general ideas, the general paradigms that we are breaking currently. So more so that shining light outside and beyond the common concepts. This is a very important part of leadership. It is really about allowing people to see with their own eyes and having a sense that they can come in their uniqueness, in their wholeness. So this is number one for me in leadership that came up now in that sense. And that means, in a way, being a guide. And guides are inspiring, motivating, whatever word you like, enlightening, making space, bringing light to new things or old things or different things. It doesn't really matter. So this is number one. The second part is about seeing. So for me, leadership is a lot about seeing who you're truly with, what is truly the need of the unique, but also the individual, the unique individual, but also the collective. How does it all work together? I'm not one of a tick list, and I don't need to be. I don't believe that, we have to achieve common goals. But if that's what you like, then it's good. I don't believe in that. I love to let things unfold, bring the uniqueness together, and see where it takes us. And this requires seeing in a way, holding space for the unknown, holding space and trusting in the process. This is also leadership, and this is my number two. And my third one is daring. Yeah, I love this word, and daring for me is also very important. Leaders can also follow. Leaders can also be in a trap and follow something maybe they don't believe in. For me, leaders also need to stand up and say their truth and do something different and maybe bring something to an end when it's already done. So that daring, that courage in leadership, I find very, very important. And of course, we do that with all love and compassion, all the good stuff. But that ability to dare as a leader is very, very important. And these are the 3 points that allow us actually to be leaders for ourselves and for and with others. So that's my little piece of wisdom on making peace with whatever you are making peace and how leadership comes into it. If we don't really try to see beyond, if we don't dare and don't have the courage to finish something when it's really at an end, and if we are not willing to just shine our light, so whatever was in darkness can be seen and others can find their way in that light that I bring, it doesn't really make any sense. So here we are. Very curious, of course, to hear about you. Leadership is a big thing in many, many ways. And yeah, let me know how that goes for you. Much love into your world, from my heart to yours.